So today I'm going to show you how to join your squares with a slip stitch on the back of the squares, and we're going to use a hook. I have these two classic granny squares that I think we will be testing on, and I'm using a blue yarn so you can see the joining yarn and see what it really looks like. So we're going to start crocheting on the back. So we're going to take our fronts, so you can see up here you have your top stitches pointing upwards towards you. The same goes for this one. So this is your front side. We're going to put them against each other. So we're now on the back side. And we're going to start in the corner. I have two chains in my corners. So we're going to start in the left one. We're going to use the outer loops. So some people like to talk about, the back loops and the front loops. But when I do this, I kind of like to talk about whether or not we're using the inner loops, so the two loops closest to each other, or the outer loops. And we're going to use the outer loops. So if you look at this, it will be these loops out here. So we're going to start in this second chain in the corner, and I have a slip stitch on my hook. And we're going through the back loop or the outer loop of this one and the outer loop of this one. I'm just going to, let's do that again, like that. And I'm just going to slip stitch through that first corner loop. Then we're moving on to the next one. Just make sure your stitches are aligned and keep track of that. So again, I'm using the outer loops only. So this one and this one over here, and I'm just going to slip stitch. This is really easy. The only thing that can be a little bit difficult is to separating the loops in the beginning, and then just make sure you don't do the slip stitches too tight. Just make them sit nice and easy. Let go with the flow. And over the chain space, and still working in the loops, so not in the chain space but using the loops in the chain space. You might have squares where you don't have chain spaces or a lot of chain spaces, because these joining methods that I am making videos about at the moment doesn't only apply to classic granny squares. They apply to every kind of square. Some of them are more fitted for granny squares than others. Whoop. And now we are in inner loop. So again, just adjusting, making sure I am grabbing my outer loop. And let's do one last. And we can flip it over and see what it looks like. So as you can see, this is the back side. You have a clear line here, and the colors are kind of mixed together, but this will be the back side. But if we flip it over, it's actually not too bad. So you can see, you can sense that there's a blue yarn down here, but it's not very obvious. I think this is the joining method using a hook that comes closest to being invisible. It's really easy, and you'll just continue and keep adding your squares. I did a sample where I used the same color yarn, so it's right here, and I actually used a green color, and as you can see, you can't really tell. I mean, of course, on the back side you do get this kind of height to it, but on the front side you really can't tell that I used the green yarn. So again, I think this is very close to being an invisible stitch with a hook. I have one more thing I want to show you. I am joining these very lovely squares at the moment, and I'm also using this slip stitch on the back using the white color. So I do have it here on the back, you can kind of sense it, but on the front you really can't tell because it is a very flat join. And again, if you use the same kind of color as one of your squares, or both of them, if they're the same color, it's pretty much invisible. If you like this square, I have a video tutorial where I show how to make it. I'll link to that in the description. And other than that, I hope you enjoy this joining and have a great day.